Why is Trump deploying National Guard troops to Washington, D.C.? First, I want to say, Call Allah, all glory, honor, and praise is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and will. And I want to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, enduring and believing in this truth. We'll start at the beginning. In a dangerous new escalation of his authority and rule, Donald Trump has placed the police of Washington, D.C. under federal control and announced that he would deploy National Guard to the country's capital. According to the president, the crime in the city is out of control. No matter that crime numbers are down significantly, including for violent crimes. But of course, this power grab is not really about facts. It's about distraction. It is about distraction and perception and a chance to reconnect and focus his base. Donald Trump's not wrong about the crime numbers. It is out of hand. It is bad out there. For real, the 2/3 are, messing it up. Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai put on DJ Strong Spirit to deploy the National Guards, deploy it under federal control, because the 2/3, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the Most High chosen people. Ezekiel 12, starting at verse 22. Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease. 2 Ezra 15, starting at 14. Woe, woe meaning destruction. Woe, destruction to the world, and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. This is talking about political division and race wars. There will be race wars in the last days. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and if anyone they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So people are going to be fighting against the government. The 2/3 of the heathens are going to go against the government while going against each other as well, which will eventually lead to verse 17, martial law. A man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able, because there's going to be checkpoints, curfews when martial law is implemented, because it's going to get out of control. They're going to create order out of chaos. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. And verse 19 is talking about the lack of bread, because the economy will collapse. And if you don't have the MOTB, the mark of the beast, RFID micro C-hip, the digital RFID micro C-hip implanted in your body, you won't be able to buy or sell. So there's going to be people that won't take it and will kill each other for food and water and resources, because they didn't take the MOTB. This is Zechariah 13, starting at verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in the land, in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Zechariah 13, starting at verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is my power. So what these 2 verses are saying that is that 2/3 of the nation of Israel won't make it. And the percentages, that's 66.6%. Israelites won't make it. So only 1 of every 3 Israelites will make it through Jacob's trouble and receive salvation. So 2/3 of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans will be cut off and won't make it and won't receive salvation at the end. That's what Zechariah 13:8 and verse 9 are going into. The 1/3 of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Yahweh Shem Shai's chosen people will make it and receive salvation. And they'll be brought through the fire. And that fire is Jacob's trouble. They'll be brought through Jacob's trouble and be refined and receive salvation. Because Yahweh Shem Shai predestined the 1/3 hopeful elect to receive salvation. Whoever they are, Lord willingly, we are of that number. I want to get this precept, Matthew 24, verse 21. This is Yahushua speaking, red letter. For then shall be great tribulation, which is Jacob's trouble, such as it was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. So once Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, starts these prophecies, it won't stop. It'll just keep going, and it will speed up. The days will speed up. It will all speed up till Yahushua returns and saves his elect. And the kingdom of Yahushua is established on earth. So the 2/3 are playing around and not getting right. Hey man, the prophets have been telling you that these things will happen. So there's no excuse when the day of the Lord hits. And we won't feel sorry for the 2/3 because we told them what would happen. Blood is off our hands, as the scripture says. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem is about to come down with the sword, with his judgment. And the sword being Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, on you tribes. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Israel scattered. I want to get this precept, Matthew 24, verse 21. This is Yahushua speaking, red letter. For then shall be great tribulation, which is Jacob's trouble, such as it was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. So once Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, starts these prophecies, it won't stop. It'll just keep going, and it will speed up. The days will speed up. It will all speed up till Yahushua returns and saves his elect. And the kingdom of Yahushua is established on earth. So the 2/3 are playing around and not getting right. Hey man, the prophets have been telling you that these things will happen. So there's no excuse when the day of the Lord hits. And we won't feel sorry for the 2/3 because we told them what would happen. Blood is off our hands, as the scripture says. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem is about to come down with the sword, with his judgment. And the sword being Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, on you tribes. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Israel scattered. With that, I want to say, call Allah. All glory, honor, and praise is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of the Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And I want to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that believe and are enduring in the truth. Lord willingly, I pray that was an edifying lesson. And with that, I want to say Shalom.